All right, all right, all right. What's going on, everybody? Dylan Parrish, and I make Parrish's Backyard Blend. Doing a little barbecue with the family today. We're gonna do a tri-tip. It's a Sunday. Tri-tip's good because it doesn't take too long to cook, doesn't take too much prep work, and you can use it for steak salads and stuff like that the next day. So throughout the week, get a little bit of leftovers out of it if you're not super hungry, and if it's not too good, because then you end up with nothing. Everybody eats it all in one sitting. But we're hoping to have some leftover steak for steak salads, especially for my wife. She likes steak salads. So anyways, we'll start out with a little tri-tip here. It's a pretty good one. This is from a local spot. It's called Adams International Market. It's like a halal place or whatever, but they have good quality beef. Bought this a couple days ago. We had to wait till today to grill it though. Today as in Sunday. I think I bought it Friday, but Friday night we were busy. I think we did date night, me and my wife. My sister watched the kids. Then Saturday we went to jiu-jitsu tournament and stuff like that. So Sunday, we're gonna get this going. So you wanna start with a decent cut of meat. The quality of the meat means everything. This place always seems to have a decent cut. Marbling on there is pretty good. And when you're looking at a piece of tri-tip and the marbling that you want all that good soft fat running through the middle. The stuff that's like real thick, hard stuff on the back, you want to trim that up. It's not going to render good, so it's not going to be good tasting. Because when people don't like fat, they don't like unrendered fat. Rendered fat is good. It's like bacon, right? It's soft, it's buttery, it's like melty almost. But this hard stuff right here that's a ½ inch thick, you're going to want to trim that stuff out. So step one is get a good quality piece of meat. I don't have any gloves on. I'm not doing this for a competition or for a restaurant. So if you see me cross-contaminating, it's all good. My family still loves the food. It's okay. Anyways, so good quality piece of meat. A lot of people, what they'll do is they'll get a paper towel and they'll pat their meat dry. For some reason, I don't know why, but then they'll turn around and get avocado oil or olive oil or water or anything. They'll spray it or rub it down to use a binder so the seasoning will stick to it. Well, if you don't pat your meat dry, the seasoning is going to stick to it. I mean, it's just an extra step to do that I don't feel is worth it. So I'm going to take this, flop that sucker over, get our knife. I already got it all sharpened up. I just put that out for the video. That would look cool. Yeah, so this thick hard stuff, not going to render real good. So you're going to take your knife, go up under here, trim some of this fat off. Look under there. You don't want to take too much of the good meat off, but it's all good. Take that, put it flat. Come out under there. Piece of chunk of fat there. You don't have to get every little piece like this stuff. It's not too bad. It's not too thick. So we'll just do that. And then the good side is the top side right here is the pretty side. So we're gonna season that last, because if you season the bottom first, when you're handling it and flipping it and stuff like that, it's just better for the presentation, but who cares really? But anyways, so with all that extra stuff too, you just flip your meat around in it, whatever. I know I talked about the whole presentation thing, but like I said earlier, this is for me and my family in the backyard, so there we go. Now, you want to season this. I mean, you could season this up, throw it on the grill right now. Like, it's all good. It's not too big of a deal. But sometimes when you season this up ahead of time, it's like that reverse osmosis thing where that salt will draw moisture out of the meat. And then over time, the meat will reabsorb that moisture into it, pulling that salt with it into the insides of the meat. So sometimes if you season it real quick, throw it on the grill, and then cut into it and eat it, you'll have a really salty exterior, and the middle of your meat is not really flavorful. I mean, you do have just the good meat flavor, but what you're doing here when you're seasoning it ahead of time is that salt's pulling in, so you have a little bit of seasoning throughout the entire piece of meat. And not that huge of a deal, doesn't really matter that much, but like, what separates good barbecue from great barbecue is all the little steps that most people are unwilling to do. But you can try doing barbecue the way you like it, then you can do all the steps, and then you just find which ones work for you. Find which ones you like that are worth the extra time and effort. And I think seasoning it ahead of time is worth the extra effort, because also what happens is you get a better crust and Maillard reaction. So you get a better browning of the meat when it's dry, as opposed to putting a wet piece of meat right on the grill. You get a better crust off a dry piece of meat than like a marinated wet piece of meat every time. And when I say you're getting a good like crust on there, we're not talking about burnt black pieces. Like that's just burnt pieces, which, okay, who cares? But if your meat's dry, you're gonna get that like mahogany deep red color, and that's the Maillard reaction where the protein, something goes on with proteins. I'll have to look up the definition and update you on that later, but you just want those proteins to react with the heat to give you that good exterior on your meat that you're looking for when you get a good sear on it. And if you don't have that with your barbecue, it's not gonna taste the same. So you can burn it outside if you want to give it a little flavor, but anyways, so you just do that, let that sucker rest for, I don't know, an hour or two before you put it on the grill, and we will see you guys outside when it's time to do that. Another thing that you could do too is, I like to put it on a piece of foil instead of like a plate to season it up on, because you're creating less dishes for you or your wife to clean up later. So, oh, these are also good for dogs. They love that stuff on the food. But what you do is put on this piece of foil right here, and then you can just like take these edges nice and easy, fold it up, like so. And you make yourself your own little foil plate, and you're rolling all the edges you touched to the inside for the most part, so you don't have to worry about it too much. But now you just take that and you can put it like on a baking sheet or something like that, or just set it in the fridge just like that. You can even wrap that up over the edges, and then you have something that you could just dispose of later. What I like to do too, if you're gonna smoke this thing, is you can put this down underneath your meat on your smoker or your grill or whatever, because a lot of times you get those fat drippings, and some people don't care if their grill gets all dirty. Oh, we're flavoring the grill, whatever. Okay, cool. But what I do is I'll take this piece of foil, because it's the shape and size of my meat, and I'll put it directly under the meat, so all that fat and those drippings are dripping down onto this, which helps keep your barbecue clean, and it saves time of cleaning it in the long run. So that's just another thing that I do. You don't have to, but it's what I do. Anyways, yeah, so we'll catch you guys when I put it on the grill. Here's that flavor. Easy. Give it to him, Bubba. Hand it to him. There you go.
Now Clifford. Now Clifford.
You want Clifford too? What do you think? All right, everybody. First things first. Pretty good. All right, so I got my tri-tip. It's been about, I don't know, 2 hours or so as I had it seasoning. And when you season it all ahead of time, it's kind of like a dry brine, like how you would brine a turkey to make sure it's juicy and tender. Same thing with seasoning. You put it on, that salt has that little reaction where it draws moisture out, pulls it back in. It tenderizes the meat a little bit, makes it a little bit juicier. Just like when you put your turkey in a wet or dry brine. Well, if you just season your meat ahead of time, it's dry brining. So we have our dry brine tri-tip. You can see it kind of deepens that red color when that salt pulls all into it and stuff. The exterior is all dry to the touch. And that's gonna help us get a good crust. I mean, we're gonna smoke it for a little bit anyways, so that's gonna dry out the outside anyways before we sear it. We're gonna do a reverse sear on it. So what we're gonna do is bring it up to about 110 degrees internal, which I'll use my digital instant read thermometer for. And if you don't have one, I mean, why chance it? It goes from making good barbecue most of the time to good barbecue every time as far as temperature goes. But I'm gonna take this, I'm gonna throw it on the smoker. I got the Weber Smoky Mountain. I have the 22 inch. It's rocking at about 225 degrees, which is good temperature for me. I mean, I'm in no rush, so that slow smoke is really gonna help me out so I can do other things anyways. Take that, open up this bad boy right here. A little bit of smoke coming off there. We're gonna touch that up. We're gonna take this and put it right there smack dab in the middle, right? Take our lid, shut our lid, make sure our vents are good. They're open about a quarter way. I'm gonna pull this here door off. I'm gonna take this piece of foil that I saved from earlier, put that up underneath my meat to catch the majority of the drippings. I got this wood chunk here. The wood chunk is cherry. We're gonna throw that in there. And it's not gonna catch fire really, but it's gonna smolder and smoke while that meat is coming up to temperature slowly. So kind of kiss that meat with a little bit of cherry wood smoke. Shut our door. Make sure our temperatures are good, and we're gonna leave it on there for about, I would say 45 minutes, and then we're gonna check the temperature, and then we'll let you know. All right, still at 215 degrees. These things hold temperature great. There's little to no fussing with it really. So I'll open this lid up. We're gonna go ahead and see how this is. See how this is still really dry on the outside? That's what's gonna help with that crust at the end. It's already getting a little bit of color on it. It's more of that deep red mahogany color. It's starting to form, especially on these thinner parts. I'm gonna take the temperature with one of these internal temperature probes. They're instant read, they work pretty quick, and they're kind of a must-have if you're gonna do something like this. Otherwise, you know, people are, oh, yep, that's medium rare. Whatever, Grandpa. Take this, get the exact reading every time. So this right here says, yeah, this is about 114 degrees. So about 4 degrees past where I said I would take it off and rest it. But we're gonna go ahead and pull this off. And the cool thing about these Weber Smoky Mountains, at least the modified versions and stuff, I mean, this one has a hinge. They don't normally come with that. But I can take this off, which I'll do that right now for you guys. You take that off. You got all your coals down here. So what I'm gonna do is open up some vents on the bottom. Let that thing breathe, which to control temperature, you close vents because what does fire need? Oxygen. I'm not a firefighter, but I'm pretty sure that's how it works. So you give it as much oxygen as you can. Then these are interchangeable with the Weber kettles. So if you have a Weber kettle, you can kind of use the same stuff for it. So take my Weber kettle grate, throw it over there. Now you have a grate right next to your fire, which works really good. And then also, I got my old beat up Weber kettle lid. It is seen better days, because I take it with me everywhere. But that fits right on there too. So now you got like a little mini barbecue. It's pretty cool. But yeah, so you're gonna let that get some oxygen, let her eat. And as soon as those coals are extremely hot and even, you don't want it flaming up too much, because then you're so close you'll burn it instead of sear it. But as soon as all those coals are red hot, we'll go ahead and throw that tri-tip on there and get a good sear on her. Then it'll be time for the pink plate. Let that rock right there. Got all the oxygen flowing, good to go. All right, moment of truth. This is the most critical part of the reverse sear, the searing. All right, yeah, it's hot. So those are ripping hot. We got the pink plate. Set that there. Now we have our tri-tip of Restoruni right over here. That's pretty tender, pretty soft. Ooh, look at that though. Looks pretty good. Got some color on her. Take that, set that right over those hot coals. That's gonna do its job, sear its way to stardom. I'm gonna take this, set this off to the side. Don't need that anymore. Look at this thing. I got the wheels on the bottom of this sucker. You can just roll that right on over. So we're gonna sear this. We're gonna keep it open, so that way that oxygen keeps flowing in there, keeps it nice and hot, and we can keep an eye on it. Because when you're searing, you're not cooking it much anymore. It's gonna rise in temperature just due to the searing portion of it, which is why we bring it up to 110, and then we wanna finish it at about 120, 125, because there's a thing called carryover cooking. So once you take it off at 120, which is like more on the rare side, it can carry up to 10 degrees. So if it carries over to 130, that's medium rare. So we're gonna sear this. We're just looking for color, and I'm gonna take it off 120, 125, and then it will carry over to 130, 135, somewhere in there. Perfect medium rare every time. So we got some flames kicking up. What the reason those flames will kick up like that is because as that fat drips, it's gonna it's gonna ignite those flames a little bit. Take that. We got some flames coming up. Flip that over. See the fat that I left on there, that blackened up first. It's got the most fat content to it. Oil, fat will burn. So it's what it is right there, but you're already getting some of that Maillard over here. So we'll get some of that. If I turn this, get over those hotter coals, more centered up on there. Love doing it like this. Then you could keep flipping it, keep flipping it, keep flipping it. You really want to keep an eye on it. And another thing, if it's flaming up too much, what you could do, you can take your lid, seal it up, close the vents. Like I said, no firefighter, but closed vents kills the fire ASAP. Close these down over here too, because it's already hot enough. That's closed. That's closed. Beautiful, beautiful. Take that. Take that off. Give this another flip. See what it's looking like on the other side. Look at that. Mahogany, deep, dark brown. Fat's gonna burn a little bit. Fat or sugar burns. So if there's a lot of sugar in a rub, that'll burn. Like that's why teriyaki chicken, has that black stuff all over it. It burns every time. Sugar burns faster than anything. But in the rub that I make, I don't add any sugars to it when I mix it up. So that's why it doesn't burn as fast as like a teriyaki style seasoning or something like that. But see, like that deep mahogany, that brown, that's what you're looking for. That's the Maillard reaction there. So that's what you want. This blackened stuff, there's not too much on there, and that's flavored too. It's all good. It's part of barbecue. It's all right. Don't be scared. Don't be scared, homie, like Nick Diaz says. You click these things at it, cooks better. Works every time, half the time. I got a little color there. Yeah, it's looking real good. Starting to blacken up a little bit there. It's okay, it's okay. And then when you're getting quality charcoal, what you're gonna do after you take this off and set it on your beautiful pink plate, is you close all those vents down, you put that lid on there, that charcoal will still be good tomorrow. You can use that tomorrow. I buy Jealous Devil charcoal a lot of the times. It's good for up to like 3 different uses. You get that Kingsford stuff, I mean, works, right? It's good old fashioned Kingsford, been around forever. Your grandpa's grandpa used to use it, but you end up, it burns real fast. It burns hot, but for a short amount of time. And then you end up with all the ashes the next day. Well, with like good quality charcoal, you don't end up with as much ash, and you can reuse it over and over and over, and it burns hotter for a longer amount of time. I say that is done-a-rooney. Oh, dude. Oh, dude. Get this off. Get this off. Oh, close the vents. Save the charcoal, because we're poor. Look at that. I don't know where I'm set up on this thing. But look at that. Look at that. Look at those colors. That's beautiful. That's your tri-tip. Now what I'm gonna do with this, I'm gonna take this inside. I'm gonna put a couple pads of butter on there to let that melt over it, and it'll soften up anything that got a little overcooked anyways. But you throw a couple pads of butter on there, let that rest for 15 minutes. Still gonna hold temperature. I'll tend it with foil, you know, but you gotta remember it's gonna carry over cook, and when you tend it with foil to keep that warmth, it'll carry over even more. So that's why you wanna take it off before it hits 130. If you were looking for medium rare and you take it off at 130, well, you're gonna get medium every time because it's gonna carry over a couple more degrees. We're gonna take this in, throw some butter on it, and make sure the kids don't get into it before we slice into it. Alrighty, folks, now that this is all rested, got that beautiful butter all melted over there. We're gonna go ahead and cut into it. What are you doing up there? Whoa, dude. All right, check this out. You guys ready? Let's go right here. Get off the table, please. Sit down. So if you're cutting this, there's two muscle groups on this and they both meet in the middle. So you always want to cut across the grain. It's going to make for a more tender bite. But if you cut this way every time, you're going to be ending up cutting with the grain on this side. So what you can do is cut it down the middle here and cut this way on this side and this way on this side. And that'll be across the grain every time. Because if you get a stringy bite or tri-tip, it's usually because they cut with the grain. And so it's going to be a tougher pull, kind of more like jerky. So anyways, we got that all cut. Oh no, it's cooked perfect. Okay. So we got a good cook there. Nice and pink in the middle. A little bit of gray on the bottom. That's okay. That's okay. A little bit of a smoke ring. Tiny bit. I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, but boy, is that juicy. Who's ready for a bite?
Me first.
You first. Okay. We're going to go Sissy and Bubba both first, okay? We'll cut this piece here. Take that off to the side. We'll cut down this. Flip that around. Whoa, dude. Contamination station, dude. All the YouTubers are gonna say, hey, don't do that. Cut that into nice little bite-sized chunks. Bubba needs a smaller one. No, I don't know. We're gonna see how this goes. All right. So this one for you. Hold on. Don't eat it yet. Don't eat it yet. This one with some good bark on it for Sis. And then on the count of 3, try it. 1, 2, 3. What did I get, Bubba?
Good.
Is it good? Would you come back to this restaurant for more? Okay. What do you think? A 100 out of 100. That's what I like to hear. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and put this away for tomorrow now. Okay. There we go. I think we did a good job. So that's start to finish on a Sunday tri-tip.
Can I have one more?
Yes, you can have one more. But that's a start to finish on a Sunday tri-tip. I could have added more. I could have took out some, and I don't know. This is my first video, so we'll see how it goes. But my rub is Parrish's Backyard Blend. I sold 2 bottles while this episode was going, so those were the 2 that I had there. So unfortunately, those are no longer here. And so I just got my personal, my black pepper. So Parrish's Backyard Blend. Hit me up if you need a bottle, okay? Make your barbecue better. Thumbs up. Yeah!
No, you
Look at that. Look at that. Look at that. Oh my goodness gracious.